Yeah, this is my, well, welcome to Bass Tales. This is my, my bass studio. To your right, you can see my vast collection of stuff. I'm just going to show you a couple of those instruments, some of my favorites that I always keep coming back to. This one is my 68 P, Fender P, which is, I guess it's post-CBS, which means it's not CBS. Or is it pre-CBS? No, it is CBS. I think it is CBS. Which means it's not, you know, the ones that are always desired by vintage guys. But this is the one I used on David Bowie's Blackstar and a bunch of million things since before that even. I bought it off my friend Sue Cedzina from North Carolina, and I initially brought it out with Tedeschi trucks, but I found that it's kind of hard to play live because the right hand, it's like I'm using these kind of stiff flat wounds, and so it's pretty tough to last 2 hours just beating the shit out of this thing. So I kind of took it off the road, but I ended up being the main bass on Blackstar. So you know, and also this amp was also part of Blackstar. Every bass track I did was going through this into a Ampeg B15 cabinet. So I just kind of like took a thing out of the back. This is the Yamaha EM80, which are available for like less than $200 95% of the time. It's an incredible amp. It's got a great tank reverb in it, so you just kind of crank it up. It's great to put drum machines through it. I put all kinds of stuff through it, and it just gives everything an instant 70s flavor. It's been one of my favorite basses in the stable. I also have a 63P too, which is great. I put round ones on it because it's more of a rock bass. This thing, you know, generally, if you just want every note to be super punchy, this is the bass. Yeah. This bass is the 68 Gretsch Country Gentleman. I think it's a 60s. What's the then? There's a number to it. 6072, something like that. I don't know if it says it here anywhere. I mean, I got it used in Rochester, New York at House of Guitars. It's missing the mute. I have it someplace, but it's like, you know, you don't really need it. I could just stuff anything in there to make it muted. But it's kind of muted anyway, right? Yeah, there's a decent amount of sustain actually. But it's really a neat bass, so like, you know. Like some of these sounds are actually pretty conventional, and then there's the other ones, you know, super McCartney world. That's pretty weird. So this must be the pickup selector. This is the Wilcock Malarkey bass. Robin Malarkey, who's a great bass player from London. Rob Malarkey, as he goes by. He plays with Jacob Collier and stuff, and I guess they sat around and they came up with this bass, and it's pretty unbelievable. Like, I just played it through my EM80, the Yamaha EM80, and like, it's, if you need to take a bass on the road that's kind of a hollow body vibe, this thing is really fits the bill. just got that old school flavor. Like I put flat ones on it. Like it's got a nice short, it's a short scale neck, which, in case you newsflash, in case you haven't heard, short scale basses are the new rage. I'm here. I'm all about them. I'm here for it. And this is like one of my favorites. It's such a good bass. So yeah, because I could bring it to any session and pretty much fake a hollow body sound with it, you know. Especially we can get some reverb going on it and like extra compression. It's perfect. So this is a great bass, Wilcock, and people are getting turned on to them now. It's like a bunch of my friends have gotten them, like Chris Chaney and Justin L. Johnson. Like a bunch of these guys are starting to order these things. It's pretty incredible bass. The newest, latest and greatest. Cool, and the next this is the latest and greatest actually. This is the Spectre NS2, which I'm really into. I just toured with it actually with this kind of weird improvisational group I was with, and this thing is a beauty. It's got the EMJX pickups in it. I have it like split right in the middle, so it's like a PJ thing. It sounds nothing like a P or a J. Here's the P. Not really a P bass sound. It's kind of super active, like kind of in a cool way. Like it's just, you know, I have the treble sort of like flat on it, but I usually kind of roll it off, and I keep the bass kind of all the way up. But here it is flat. That's basically flat. Here it is off. Right, so the actives electronics really help with this thing. This is the Schecter Hellcat 6 given to me by those guys a little while ago, and I really like this thing, especially a track like kind of sludge metal, you know. I also like to tune to Dad Gag because it makes instant chords everywhere, you know. It's really fun to just make stuff up on the fly. You can also use it as a baritone guitar, which I do quite often. You know, you can play sludge metal on it. It's just super cool to have a Fender 6 vibe around, and Schecter did a great job on this. Next up on the arsenal of Lefebvre bass stable is me and my friend Lyle Workman like to call it the bass stable. This is the Moulin P Classic from 2009. It's one of the pretty early ones from Young June's collection when he started like really kind of taking these really seriously. I mean, he always did, but before he started making classic looking instruments, he was making kind of, you know, usual 5-string active, blah, blah, blah. So this one, he kind of really nailed it. It's like a fantastically perfect instrument to me. My favorite bass I've ever played, in fact. Just like, it's got the huge sound. It also has a feel to it that just gives me ideas all the time, no matter what circumstance I'm playing, no matter what gig. I just have ideas playing this bass. It's like super creative. It's just You know, it's just got this mojo to it that I've always loved. This bass like barks through pedals really great. Basically, I just feel like a free man with this bass. There's no technical things about it. There's no like physical things on it that give me any hang-ups. So I just kind of pick it up and start ripping, and that's why it's my favorite bass ever. So here we have the Sarek, the Grand bass, his newest, latest and greatest bass guitar that he's making, which is Jake Sarek from Chicago. This one's really cool. It's got one pickup, which kind of reminds me of a Music Man. Right? That's in the middle. Here's the back. So it's definitely got a little tonal difference, like middle, back. What the added bonus is that it's got a fuzz circuit on it, so that's in the front. So you get a little rough with it. It's like. And what works about the fuzz circuit is that, you know, you could obviously pad it with another fuzz, but because it's like kind of like that Music Man brightness, it's like it's got some rad kind of sounds to it, you know. Yeah, so Jake Sarek's on the cutting edge of the short scale biz. Yeah, I know he makes stuff that's medium scale and full scale if you wanted to, but I also have a Midwestern, and I have a Midwestern 5, and it's both incredible basses. This is like the one Midwestern is out with a friend, and the other Midwestern 5 is getting fixed right now. So this is the one I have right now, the Grand, and it's a pretty awesome bass. You know, another great unit from Jake. But yeah, it's a pretty rad instrument, the Grand from Sarek Basses. Thanks for watching.